Do you think that even without those scaling picks, you are, let's say, top 3 mid laner in the LEC
Yeah,
now solidly? Yeah?
I think for sure I am
Yeah.
top 3 at least,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Top 2?
Yes. Yeah, I'm top 2.
Are you the best mid laner?
Lose when they draft Marcus. I kind of enjoy it here with the Mad Lions. It's a little bit of a different style. They took a bit longer to come online, but once it got down to those team fights.
Hi everyone, this is Tom reporting from the LEC, and with me here is Humanoid, the mid laner for Mad Lions, who just won yet another game in the LEC Summer Split. How are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Yeah, you guys are, simply put, dominating. It's incredible how much you guys are stepping up, and it seems like no team is able to come even close to how you guys are navigating around the map. How is it for you as somebody who's, well, I suppose in a sophomore year in the LEC, but still very much with a new squad, to be so dominant in the LEC?
I think I wouldn't say we're like that dominant because some of our games are really close, so we are not like stomping everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we also lost to G2, so I mean we are first place, but I wouldn't say that we are like by far the best team in Europe, right? So I think there's like 3-4 really good teams, and those teams are like really close.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we are not like the best team, I think.
You don't think you're the best team?
No, we are not like by far the best team. Maybe we are the best team, maybe we're not, but there's not like a very big difference between the first and the second.
That's a very level-headed approach compared to how you guys are performing and how you guys are perceived. How do you keep yourself, with 2 feet on the ground when everything is, going well for you guys?
I think we are just kind of trying to focus on the next game and not like don't think about like being first place because it doesn't really matter in the end. Because what matters is how you play in playoffs. That's the most important thing. So like being good right now doesn't mean anything if you are not good in the end. So
Mhm.
that's what we are focusing on.
Right, and that's still, to me, it's very impressive that you as a team are so down to earth, because you are consistent of a lot of young players, and generally speaking, young players are very ambitious, very energetic, and dream big. Is that the same thing in your team? Do you guys dream big, and do you feel that energy maybe outside of the game?
Yeah, I mean we were kind of like we always like talked about, yeah, we are going to worlds, we are going to be like top 2 and stuff like that.
Mm.
But then it's not really that good to think about this when there's still like a whole half of the split left,
Mm.
and we cannot like stop focusing right now because if we do, then we are gonna start losing and we are not gonna be top 2. So we just need to like play it one game at a time.
Right, and how much assistance is your coaching staff in keeping you guys grounded?
Yeah, so they have yeah, they talked about it a lot that we are kind of like too too excited after winning after winning so much. So I think right now we calm down a bit, and yeah, we are not going into like every game thinking like, yeah, we're gonna stop them. We are just thinking, yeah, let's play our best and see what happens.
Mhm. You are the most veteran player on the roster. Are you the most level-headed person as well when it comes to this?
I mean, I think so. I think I was taking it like one game at a time from the start
Hmm.
because like from my experience, I know that it really like doesn't matter when you end up in the regular split as long as you're in playoffs.
Yeah.
Because like G2 right now, for example, they're like not doing that great, but I'm sure they will do really well in playoffs as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you mentioned
yeah,
before that while you guys at the moment may be the best team in the league, there's more teams that are definitely up there in terms of competing. G2 has had a bad start to the split and is slowly recovering. Fnatic has had an even worse start than G2. But do you still consider those teams to be among the top teams?
yes, I think there's like top 4 team. It's G2, us, Fnatic, and Origin,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's I think a gap, and then there's the other teams. And even though Fnatic and G2 are kind of losing, I still think they're like really good. And I wouldn't say that we are like better than them, or like I wouldn't say that we are gonna stop them. So yeah.
But still, when you see those teams underperforming so well, does it boost you and your confidence as a team, or do you focus mostly on your own performance?
I don't think it boosts my confidence. Maybe the others. I'm not sure, but historically, like teams like Fnatic and G2, they were like usually losing a lot of games at the start, and they bounce back in the end. So that's what I'm kind of expecting. So I wouldn't get like too excited about that.
Right. You speak about the gap. For now, Rogue is performing very well. They are in the top 2 with you as a team. Why do you think they're not within that top 4 consideration?
I mean, I would say that Rogue is kind of a team that doesn't really understand the mid game too well. I think they play. They are cheesing a lot, which kind of works sometimes, and against the better teams, it doesn't really work that often. And I mean, I think they are good. They're probably like the 5th best team, I would say. But I think against like all the other 4 teams, they would lose in a best of 5.
Right. So you'd say that while they have maybe a better start than they deserve, or?
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just best of ones, right? You can the standings don't really mean that much because you can always win one game against any team, right? So maybe you might just get lucky, you might get unlucky. But yeah, I think like they're like better than most teams for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to make that assessment. Now, the second main topic I want to touch on is that your performance so far this split has been phenomenal, and especially compared, I would say honestly, to the spring split regular splits, you now are performing as the best mid laner in the LEC. What has changed for you between the spring split and the summer split?
I think it's a lot because like for the last split, for example, I had like really a lot of trouble like sleeping and stuff like that. So I slept like every day like 5 hours, woke up like 5 times a night and stuff like that. And this split I'm sleeping like pretty good. So and I feel like a lot better every single day. And that's why I'm playing better, I think. And also I'm kind of playing a lot of scaling picks, and like you usually have like a good score with those picks because it's like hard to die. So that's also part of the reason.
And you mentioned the sleep issues. Is that something personal that you had a lot of stress in the spring split? I know that there was a lot of a lot of weight on your shoulders as the veteran on this team, and that you often would help your coach, your rookie teammates. Is that something that contributed to that bad sleep schedule and your poor sleeping schedule?
I'm not sure because I had it like for like the last 2 years already, and I don't know, like this split it just kind of fixed himself. I don't know how, but yeah, like I don't know the reason. I just had really bad sleep for a long time.
Right. In terms of performance, again, Beck, you are right when you say that the picks for you have slightly changed, and obviously your Orianna is absolutely stellar and probably your best performing champion in the season so far. Is that something you did expect to happen when you looked at the patch as well? You saw this split was going to be played, and you were like, okay, this is the split, I can finally step it up.
Yeah, I think with Orianna, I kind of started playing in solo queue just for fun in before the season because no one was really playing it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to build Tear of the Goddess, and then I played a few games, and I thought that it's like really OP. It just seems like you get like one or two items and you are just unstoppable. And then I played in scrims, and we were just winning every single game with it. So I kind of expect that at that point that I would be doing really well with it on stage as well. So yeah, like unless people start banning it, I'm just gonna keep playing it, I guess.
And is it for you very much dependent your performance now on those champions? You mentioned that it's a contributing factor, but when you look at your individual performance compared to that of other mid laners, do you think that even without those scaling picks, you are, let's say, top 3 mid laner in the LEC
Yeah.
now solidly? Yeah.
I think for sure I am
Yeah.
top 3 at least,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Top 2?
Yes. Yeah, I'm top 2.
Are you the best mid laner?
Okay, I wouldn't say that. That's kind of hard to say.
Hmm.
Let's stay with top 2 for now.
And who else is there then?
Caps.
Yeah. Is he still something you know, maybe as a mid laner look up to in some regards, or?
Yeah, I think he's like the only mid laner that kind of is playing really aggressive for the whole game, which is something I respect, and I think it's a good way to play the game. I think a lot of mid laners in LEC they just AFK farm and don't really do anything. They're just trying to not lose the game, right? But
Yeah.
that is not the best way to actually win the game.
All right, man. Hey, I want to thank you very much for your time, and thank you for going along with the sunglass meme. You guys are rocking it in terms of everything. You guys are just stealing everybody's hearts, man, in the LEC. That must feel good as well to get so much support.
Yeah, it feels really good. I did not expect it. Yeah, so I don't know what happened actually this split.
I mean, you guys are playing well, so everybody loves winners, right? So
yeah, winning feels good as well.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Yes, definitely. All right, man. Thank you very much for your time, and best of luck in the rest of the split as well.
Thank you.